Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Don, and today's video is going to be all about Social Work Month. And in honor of Social Work Month, I'm going to complete a social work tag. So yes, I have created some questions that I'm going to answer for you all, and then hopefully you all will answer them in the comment section below. Or if you are a fellow YouTuber, then you can answer the questions in your own YouTube video. And if you do that, please be sure to tag me, or include me in your description box. So I completed my education at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I began in June of 2015 and finished in December of 2016. So I actually completed my program in a year and a half because I was on an accelerated track where I took 2 classes in the summer, 5 classes in the fall, 5 classes in the spring, and then I began my internship in the summer, which I completed full time, as well as my internship in the fall, which I completed full time in the fall. And then I graduated. My concentration was healthcare social work, and I pursued social work in hopes of becoming an oncology social worker. But there is a funny story. Well, it's not really funny, but there's another story to that. So prior to oncology social work, I was interested in mental health, and that was my concentration. That's what I applied to graduate school for, because I wanted to receive clinical training to be able to adequately address mental health in faith communities. That motivation derived from my involvement in campus ministry during undergrad. That was such an important experience for me, and I really wanted to continue that work. But I also was pre-med in undergrad, and after completing 3 medical internships, I knew that I no longer wanted to be a physician, but I still had an interest in healthcare. And so when I learned about oncology social work, I knew that I had found what I thought to be, at the time anyway, was my calling. And so I was like, this is what I'm going to school for. And I found my dream path. And yeah, and so that's where my internship was in. That's what all of my coursework was in and things of that nature. But then when I graduated, there weren't any jobs. I have worked in integrated care. I've worked in private practice. I've worked in schools. I worked in a high school setting specifically, and I worked on a university campus. Yes, I have a dream population. At this time, I am really interested in paternal mental health, but also maternal mental health. So I'm interested in working with parents. That could be new parents, that could be angel parents, that could be, or parents to angels, that could be, you know, people who are having infertility concerns, people who are adopting or fostering. All of those things really interest me at this time, and I think that interest derived from me becoming a father. And so I absolutely love being a father. I'm very hands-on, and which is a pleasant surprise, but that's where that comes from. And so I'm really interested in uh maternal and child health as well as paternal health. Yes and no. I think that it just depends on the situation. When I was in graduate school, we actually had this as an assignment, and my favorite approach was solution focused therapy, very stereotypical for a male, I'm sure, but I definitely love solution focused therapy. But now that I've received more training and I have gained experience, I know that not everything can be resolved with solution focused therapy. So sometimes I really enjoy I really enjoy cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, and acceptance and commitment therapy. I also love expressive therapy or art therapy, especially writing therapy, because I love to write. And so if I have an excuse to engage with a client in writing, then I will use it. Although I found that my clients hate writing, they hate writing and they hate homework. Let me know if you're a therapist, if you're whether or not your clients like to write. My clients just don't like to write. So I always end up writing for them and then giving them like these fancy, I created these templates that I use and then I give it to them at the end of the session. If you all are interested in me like providing those for sale, let me know and I'll definitely try to create something to where I could give that to you. But I love having just like a nice customized document where I could take notes during the session. I really don't like taking notes, but I found that it's helpful for the client to know what they're walking away with. And so I create this template to really help them be able to contextualize the session so they can understand the value of what they're getting and they can have it as a reference to look back to, because we're trained as therapists, as social workers, to remember, but our clients are not. They may not remember. At least mine do not. They rely heavily on my mind, and so I created this template to give to them and they really love it. They really love it, and so and they reference it a lot, and I'm able to include their homework for the week and things on there as well. Yes, I believe private practice is for me. I have really gone back and forth between wanting to teach full time and pursue an academic career. And I won't say that it's 100% permanently off of the table, but I have shifted from wanting to teach full time at this time to just, I'm satisfied with teaching part time at this time. I enjoy teaching part time, and I think I'll just leave it at that for the time being. And so, but I think that it's private practice because I really appreciate the freedom that I have in creating my own schedule and working with my specific population and really learning to trust myself and love myself in a new way. It's just something that's different about resting on your own merits and standing on your own 2 feet and making it happen for yourself. And so that's been a blissful journey that I am so happy to be on. Thank you all so much for working with me, because part of my private practice does include the consulting. So providing the professional development, things of that nature, the clinical supervision, all of that, and also the licensure tutoring. Those are all things that is part of my business and help support me. And so thank you all so much for that. I would say that my titles are: I'm an LCSW, I am an educator, I am a diversity, equity, and inclusion practitioner, I am a speaker, writer, consultant, LCSW tutor, and LCSW supervisor. I love social work for 2 reasons. The first one is because of its focus on social justice. We have unique training and focus on helping vulnerable populations and taking a person in an environment approach to really meet them where they are and to fully contextualize their experiences. And that's something that I absolutely love about our field. I love looking at the entire picture and really being able to put the pieces together and empower, taking a strengths-based empowerment approach to empower and equip our clients to be the solution to their problems and to empower them to make positive and impactful and sustainable change in their life. The other thing is I love the flexibility and variety that social work has to offer. I love being able to work in a variety of settings, do a variety of things. I have so many different interests, and social work allows you to explore those interests. You can receive training in social work and pursue a career in research. And I'm just going to name a few that's just atypical and that's under discussed, but in research, in advocacy, in politics, in business, I love that. I love that we are able to work in so many different arenas and bring a variety of skill sets to the field because we have so much to offer and we are so invaluable. So as I conclude this video, I want to encourage you and remind you that you are amazing. You are so valuable. You are the change that we need in this world. You make the difference and you matter. I am wishing you all the best, and I hope that this video brought you some encouragement, some entertainment, and some camaraderie because we deserve it. Thanks so much for watching, and until I see you next time, be you, be great.